Hey guys, I'm gonna do a video. I've had a few up, video guide that is. I've had a few up in the past, and I found that each one was somewhat incomplete. I was putting them together as I was learning new things about the special mission that you have to do in order to unlock Zeffo in Rise of the Empire. So, as I was learning different things, I was making guides that I guess this new one is going to be a conglomerate of everything that I had learned in those past two that were each incomplete. So this one should be pretty complete, and my plan is to take down the other two. So to be clear, this is a guide to do this event with Jedi Cal with no Omicrons. I think PvE Omicrons are a total waste of mats. Um, so I'm just going to jump in. Really, the most important thing to be showcasing here is modding. Strategy is pretty important, but modding, if you get the modding right, the event's pretty easy. So for Cere, a lot of people like to mod her for health, which is how you would normally mod her, like not a lot of speed and health is how you would mod her just for normal use. I find running her for max protection in the event is more beneficial than that. The reason you want to mod her for health for normal use is all the bonus protection that she gets, which is generated through her max health. Most of that comes from unaligned force user Cal, who you'd be running with her. As it is in this event with just Jedi Cal, the only real source of bonus protection that you get for her is on her force barrier, which is only 10%, and it's on a 5-turn cooldown. So it's really not that much. I find that with running max protection, because at max health mods at 6 dots are 16%, max protection are 24%. So I find you can just get a much larger pool, and the bonus protection doesn't really matter. Really, what's much more important than either of those things is her defense percentage. So you can see the... Actually, let me back out show here. For added defense on her, I have 72.6. The people who I learned this from liked to say 75% was what you want to shoot for. I think that's excessive. I think 70% gets it done. At 72.6, she can really take a beating, which is really helpful in this event. You really want to keep her standing as long as you possibly can, both so that you can make use of her big hit when the time's right in Phase 2, and so that she can be drawing fire from Cal. So I'm just going to show the modding that I have on her quickly. A lot of protection, a lot of defense, and you do want a fair amount of speed on her. I mean, you're not going to make her fast regardless of what you do, because she's a slow character intentionally, but you do want her taking some turns. You can see here I have a defense primary on her arrow also. So then for Cal, I am running Cal for health as opposed to protection, because Cal does give himself a good amount of bonus protection with his windmill defense. Or he gets not bonus protection, he gets protection up 50% when he goes into this stance from not using this stance. And that is pretty substantial, and that's also generated from his max health percentage. So I have him primarily built for health. And again, for Cal, just like normal use, the most important thing to remember is when he comes into these stances from a different stance, he gets a big bonus, and the most important one for his survival, like I said, is his windmill defense, because you get all that bonus protection, and he heals himself. Or at least I think he heals himself. No, maybe maybe I'm just thinking of the health steal that he gets, but the bonus protection does make a substantial difference. So I'll just run through the modding that I have for him. Oh, and actually, let me show you one more thing. So what's important for Cal, max health, as I've already said, you want to hit a speed threshold of at least 300. Mine's just over this. The reason for that is you want him going first in Phase 2 pretty much regardless of what happens. Yeah, I find it over 300, even if he... Sorry, I gotta move. Even if he takes the last turn in Phase 1, he should still be taking the first turn in Phase 2 if you have that 300 speed threshold. So I wasn't aiming for specific thresholds with his health or protection. I just wanted a healthy amount on him, which I feel like I've got. None of these other stats really make a difference except defense. You do want a decent amount of defense on him. Ideally, I would like to have maybe 65% defense on him if I could. But with the mods that I've got, I put most of my heavy defense mods on Cere. This was just what I was able to do that has worked for me with the mods that I have in my pool. Alright, I'm just going to jump into the battle. So really, I find what's most important here. You want to be targeting the same character over and over again, so that whoever you target first, because you're going to be working on them, because then the other characters who you're going to target for the insta-kill. Excuse me. And really, I have preached playing defensively in the past, sticking to windmill defense as much as you can to keep Cal alive. I think that's incorrect. I think really what's most beneficial is to be bouncing back and forth between stances every single turn so that you can get an insta-kill as fast as possible. Outside of that, the only time that I really might consider not doing that is when Cal first goes into his windmill defense from another stance. Where is it? Right here. Jedi Knight Cal gains riposte for 2 turns. So if he gets riposte and counters one of the probe droids, it won't look like it in their health bars, but he'll knock them under 100% health, and that will unlock their self-destruct, which can do a huge amount of damage, especially if it's chained with a few turns from the Purge Troopers. So that might be, if I riposte into a probe droid, that might be the only time that I stay in the defensive stance. But if my Cal's looking healthy when that happens, I may just ignore it, and it depends on the circumstances. Alright, so I'm going to get going, and I'm going to start in windmill defense to get Cal that healthy boost of survivability from the start. I'm going to clear that. You see my Cere is taking a healthy beating there. Yeah, see, he's shooting back with riposte right now, which against the Purge Troopers is fine, but against the IPD wouldn't be. And now right back into windmill defense. So another important thing to mention, you want to do everything you can to end phase 1 in a stance other than the defensive stance, so that when you start into phase 2 with that first turn Cal gets, you can jump right into it to get him more survivability before the enemy team goes. What am I in right now? Getting distracted. I think I'm in defensive. Yeah, I am. You want to do everything you can to not drag this out. Because the more you drag out this phase, the lower Cere is going to be, and that's not great. I'm going to go for it. Right, so even though Cal took the last turn there, he should, yeah, see, he still gets a turn before the enemy team, and that's what you want. So now I can jump right into the defensive stance, because I ended in the, it's at the cross whatever stance, his big hit is insta-kill. So now right into defensive stance, and I'm working on the Purge Trooper. And my Cere is continuing to take a beating. Ugh, that's not great. Although he's still in defensive stance, so hopefully the IP, yeah, there we go. Yeah, so it didn't make that huge a difference. Yeah, my Cere is taking more of a beating than I would like right now. That's not ideal. She's probably going to go down. Which hopefully I can pull back from that anyway. I'm tempted to do the big hit now. Because she's probably going to die. I'm going to try it. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be enough, but the health steal on that made a difference. Because she's still pulling fire from Cal. So now I'm going to insta-kill Trilla. Normally, I would not like my Cere to go down like that. I should still be able to get this done. It's much dicier with Cere going down. The more defense you have on her, the less chance of that there's going to be. So yeah, I'm going to stay in defensive stance because I just riposted the IPD again. Yeah, see, there we go. I'm just going to... Wow, he dodged that? What a jerk. I'm just going to keep whittling away at the Purge Trooper. This is getting sketchy. And normally how you would want this to go, you would want Cere to survive the barrage there when you get Trilla down. Then on the next turn, you want to use Cere's big hit on the Purge Trooper, and normally that'll just kill him. And now I gotta play this stupid game with the Purge Trooper and the IPDs. I'm pretty sure I hit the IPD on the riposte there again. So I just want to make sure I'm keeping Cal as healthy as I can. Normally, you do not want it to be this sketchy. Now, like I said, I'm staying in defensive stance in preparation for that. And again, I'm going to have to stay in defensive stance. Don't heal. Alright, I'm going for it. Fuck. That was very sketchy. But I'm getting there now. Don't heal. Fuck. It's not showing me their ability cooldowns for some reason. I could probably do it right now, but I'm going to play it safe. Alright, here we go. Here it is. What just happened? The game really wants me to lose on this tonight, probably because I'm making this video. Don't heal. Ugh. I'm gonna go for it again. Yay! That's right, game. I didn't lose even though you screwed me over. Right, so this is, again, I know I've said it a few times now, this is not how you want it to go. You want your Cere to survive, and usually she will, if you do the modding that I showed. I just got some bad RNG here, but if anything, this video is showcasing how if you get the modding right and do the strategy right, even if you get the really bad RNG, it won't matter. You can still be able to win, and just by doing exactly what I just did. You really, just to underscore that, you really want to play aggressively when Cere is alive. Every turn Cal gets, you want to be switching back and forth so that you can rush the insta-kill as soon as possible. The longer you drag it out, the lower Cere is going to get. And this time I think they targeted her a little bit more than I would have wanted them to in phase one. And I think I also dragged it out a little bit more than I wanted to. But as soon as Cere goes down, that changes everything. As soon as Cere goes down, if you're in phase one and Cere goes down, I think you're pretty much cooked. But if Cere goes down and you're in a phase two and are either close to the insta-kill or have done it already, then you have a really good chance of winning as long as you change gears and start playing defensively like you just saw me do. So again, modding. Hit that 70% armor threshold with Cere. Hit that 300 speed threshold with Cal. Max health for Cal, max protection for Cere, and then follow the strategy, and there really should be no reason to lose this one. If you have any questions about it, feel free to ask me in the comments. I would love to help you all do this as efficiently as you can. Alright, thanks a lot. I hope this helped you out. Good luck.